You got your talking points ready, Chase?
Yeah, I got no I don't. I don't have talking points already.
Yeah, I don't really have talking points. Fuck.
I just have my I don't have instead of prediction, I have a prayer, and that's for Hassan Whiteside to get more minutes.
It's not going to happen.
Welcome back to the 4-Point Shot, a podcast made by the most insane fantasy basketball league to share our fantasy knowledge and experience with the world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Today we have myself, Patrick of the Franklin Fireballers, as well as Josh of the Bluegrass Bulldogs, Matt, zero-time champ of the Kentucky Hazard, and Chase of the Waivers, asterisk, here to talk first week of the season, temper tandems, current injury and waiver news, and more. I just have to start off saying I'm so happy basketball's back. That first day with the full slate of games was like opening presents with all the players cashing in their first round of points, getting to see what's a good gift, what's a bad gift, what everyone else got. I'll throw it out to you all. What was your favorite gift of the first week?
Yeah, there's nothing like opening presents, seeing basketball games, and finding that giant L right there on week one. Nothing like it.
There's really nothing like beating Matt first week of the season 2 years in a row. It's just a gift.
History was repeating itself.
Nah, his team's kind of shit.
Who is your favorite player of the first week on your team?
I gotta say, the person who actually did the best, who was my highest points getter, was Julius Randle.
How did you just abuse Ben in that trade, getting Randle?
Yeah,
bro?
but then
It's
I
just not right.
got abused by Duncan soon after. I abused myself. The Tyler Hero trade is not working. He's my worst player right now.
Dude, he's trash.
I told you all he wasn't going to all of a sudden become like a 30-point per game guy.
I never thought he was going to be good. I never thought he was going to be good.
I gave up way too much for him. My favorite to watch was definitely Shea. He did exactly what I wanted him to do to start off with, even though one game got canceled, which is really disappointing. So it did help Chase there. And then also Schroder as well, really living up to the hype that I was giving him.
Is he, though? He had one good game.
No, he's had a couple. So the one game where he only got 21 fantasy points was the game that they were blowing out the Timberwolves. He didn't play the last quarter and a half or so, or else he would have been up there even more. So actually, his average is lower. He's 26th ranked right now in the season.
I mean, Matt, that's like me saying Curry should be number one. He sat out 2 fourth quarters. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's something to consider when you're looking at trade value and stuff.
That is true. I guess my players, I really liked the consistency of Fultz and Dylan Brooks, but I guess I got to give the highlight to Boucher coming out, dropping 7 blocks off of Matt's dome. It was amazing. Is Boucher going to be the best pick of the draft?
No.
Last pick, he dropped 56 with 7 blocks the other day. Oh no, I think it's Boucher's time.
A 56 bomb?
A 56 bomb on me, right on my noggin. Those 7 blocks got rejected right into my head. Boom, 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 boom.
I was really excited to see Scary Terry back in form. I mean, his season opener was insane. We'd like to see that. Getting 42 points was a pretty big deal for me. Even though I lost that game this week, still pretty good. And I'm excited to watch him play in the future. Also, Christian Wood living up to his hype.
Yeah, Josh, I'm up against you this week, and I'm pretty scared of your team, to be honest. I've pretty much thrown in the towel already, just like because of the COVID out. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, that sucks. But that's literally what happened to me first week, so I understand.
Yeah, that's true. You had Harden, but at least I have Andre Drummond performing at top tier level. I think he'll probably end up maybe top 4 on the year, points wise.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were bashing you for that pick too, so it's probably feeling good to see him do well.
Thing is, a lot of top players are going to be sitting out back-to-backs this year, and Andre Drummond isn't that type. He's never sat for anything.
He's built different.
He just plays.
Yeah, he's a real winner.
He's a dog.
But he'll just keep playing consistently. He'll have some games with 35, but he'll also put up games with 60, and I think he'll end up easily top 10 in points on the year. So I'm happy with that one.
What do we think about Westbrook and Beal being number 4 and number 5 so far in total points being got? Can that sustain being on the same team?
You mean average points, not total points. Westbrook just sat out.
Average points. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see why not. I don't know. I think they'll go down a bit once like Rui comes back.
I don't know if they'll keep 4 and 5, but I think that they'll definitely still be productive with one another.
No, yeah, I don't think they'll keep 4 and 5. I think Giannis will come back up. I think Cat will come back up eventually.
Harder.
Yeah, Giannis for sure. But weirdly enough, that their stats don't really overlap. Westbrook's only averaging 18 points per game, while Beal's averaging 33.
Yeah.
Westbrook's just putting up those other numbers.
Yeah, 13.5 assists right now and 11 rebounds. 11 defensive rebounds, 13 rebounds total. Those are insane. But he's only played 2 games.
It's possible they both end up top 10. I mean,
I could see that.
Just because they don't overlap, really.
It's pretty early in the season. I know that first day of week 1, some players are just dropping massive games that kind of seemed out of the ordinary. Like Morant's looking amazing, but he's not going to be dropping those numbers all the time. Yeah, now he's injured.
R.I.P.
Yeah, I put in a little sneak trade to Josh Sanders trying to get him.
Ooh, it's a good time. Sanders was so high on his team, man. It's a shame.
Yeah, he was. I think he's got 2 solid
Towns.
now.
He lost Cat and Morant.
Was Morant his second pick? I was thinking of that the other day. Is he losing him right down the line that he picked him? Like, we got to warn the next guy on his draft board.
Nah, I feel like Morant had to be like third.
That's what I was thinking.
I think it was
probably
third. Yeah, at this rate, I don't see it. Can Jokic sustain 38 minutes a game in these stats? What do you guys think?
No,
I don't know. I feel like Jokic can. I feel like he can maintain that. Just watching him, he gets like so. I mean, he looks like so dead at the end of a game, but like he doesn't stop. He's always getting offensive rebounds. I think he could do it as long as he doesn't get injured. Obviously, I think he could do it. I'm excited for it, even though it's Johnny's player. I'm excited for it. I like the Nuggets.
He plays such a slow, methodical game that it's hard to see him getting injured. He's just one of the safest picks. I mean, I've been riding his success for the last 2 years in fantasy, and
yeah, that's true.
And I'm sad not having him this year. He's gone the pick before me in the draft, but yeah, he looks like he's stepped up even another level. I don't think it'll sustain at the current rate. You know, what is he? He's at 24, 12, and 14 on his averages, points, rebounds, assists. So that's not going to sustain. And 1.3 steals, 1.3 blocks. But this is going to be a top 4 guy by the end of the year.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, no doubt. And he doesn't really sit, just like Drummond.
Right.
He just kind of plays consistently, which is such a huge thing. Johnny, who owns him, texted me this morning. I don't know if you all got this text too. He said, "Hey, give me your whole team for Jokic."
Yep, he gave me that text too.
Yeah. he sent me a text saying my new meme is texting people to give me their whole team for Jokic.
He's so full of shit. I'm ready to wreck him next week.
Do you guys remember? I think it was like maybe a season or 2 ago where he was, or maybe it wasn't him, but the Nikola Gauntlet or whatever.
That was me. I was collecting all. I got all the Nikolas: Nikola Vucevic, Mirotic, and Jokic. There might have been one more.
So also, I had that bet with Johnny. Johnny's bet was that Dejounte Murray would play. I think it was 65 games this season and average over 35 fantasy points. $100. I'm feeling pretty good about taking the other side of that.
How's that looking now?
He's already at 35.4. Wait till Derek White comes back.
Yeah, Derek White is the key.
He's almost back, right? Thought I saw.
Yeah, he's still sitting out, I think, this week, but he is almost back. They keep saying he's almost back.
I would have taken that bet all day, Chase, because that's a long season to have to sustain that many. 65 out of 72 games. Did Johnny realize it's only a 72-game season?
Yeah, he did.
Well, good luck with that. What are you going to spend that $100 on?
I don't know yet. We'll see. Maybe something for the end of the year party. We'll have to see.
Big true.
Any other notable people you all that really stood out to you all?
Not really noteworthy. Some people have just not lived up to expectations on my team. Kyle Kuzma, I guess I didn't expect 30 points a game, 30 fantasy points a game, but he's averaging super low averages right now. I think he's had one good game, but it was because somebody was sitting.
Yeah, Davis.
Right. So, I mean, if Davis sits more, he'll be fine. But I'm looking to get rid of him. He's panning out. Same with Lou Williams.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I wonder how Davis and Kuzma affect each other as far as playing together or playing apart.
Well, I guess Kuzma's not as viable of an. I mean, I guess I don't know. I really don't know. It's a good question.
Well, maybe we'll have the answer later.
Yeah.
I think it will come later.
Oh boy.
I think the only other notable thing is Hassan Whiteside, who I took fourth round. I know there's other people out there that feel me and want him to get more minutes. Right now, I'm really just hoping he's coming off an injury and he has his minutes a bit limited. And I'm also hoping that Luke Walton, gets his senses together.
What injury is he coming off of?
Some calf injury. I mean, seeing that he played about I don't know, I think it was 19 minutes second game and then 10 minutes on a back-to-back. I'm assuming that's because of the injury. I honestly don't know. I'm hoping he gets some minutes tonight.
I thought it was a mental thing, joining the Kings was just a little bit of something he had to get over for a little bit.
Dude is still averaging 20 fantasy points on 14 minutes.
See, the thing about Hassan Whiteside is everything he does it so effortlessly. Meaning, he literally does it without effort. So I don't think he's gonna.
I watched some of the game. Holmes does not look that good, and Whiteside doesn't look that good either. But
Holmes has heart.
The whole team just looks faded, to be honest.
They do, but they're getting some wins right now. They beat the Suns.
Yeah, I hope they lose a bunch, man. So he'll start playing Hassan. I swear Hassan Whiteside's chat thing on Yahoo has some of the most chats. I don't know. They just need to get him. They just need to get him 20 minutes, and he'll be a worthwhile pick. Not fourth round, but I don't know. I just have my prayers out there. Play Hassan Whiteside.
Did you all see that Victor Oladipo panned out pretty well this week?
Yeah, he was looking good. He didn't play back-to-back, though, did he?
No, he didn't. That's the big loss. And he also didn't have big minutes in either game he played, but he still put up 22 points per game and, rebounds, assists along with it. So he's back, but if he can come along more consistently, play more minutes, get more back-to-backs, I mean, he could be back to the Victor Oladipo of old.
And he may not ever achieve that old form, but let's see, you got him in the 6th round. So all you really need from him is 32 fantasy points a game. And
if we're talking 6th round, I got Blake Griffin 6th round. He's averaging 36.
Yeah,
and he's also sitting back-to-backs. They're pretty similar overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the sort of the 6th round special is someone who averages about 35 with back-to-backs because no one really wants to get him, but then there's a point where you have to get him.
Right.
Yeah, kind of like Kevin Love too, where I think he went so late, but now it's looking like he should have not even been picked at all. Dude cannot stay healthy.
Yeah, I never would have touched Kevin Love.
I don't touch people like that.
Even in the last round, yeah. He's worthless.
I took a risk on him, I guess. I thought that, he had a lot of time to recover with the bubble and everything. So, not panning out. I took him 7th.
It's Larry Nance time.
Kind of an L. But we'll see.
You can always trade him.
To step up.
Yeah, he's got 3 to 4 weeks, and he's in my injury slot right now. If anybody else gets injured, he's probably just getting dropped. But
dingle him with Terry Rozier in front of Luka's face, and he'll be like, "Oh, Kevin Love," and he might bite on something. You never know.
Trust me, I've tried. I've tried all the people that I think might fall for a big name like Kevin Love. I've dingled the K Love. All right,
the K Love carrot.
Ben, Nick,
Tamer. Nick's 2 in June with basketball. Duncan.
It's pretty hard.
Duncan. If you dished Kevin Love out to Duncan, there would be
obvious collusion.
Yeah, there would be a massive turnout.
If it makes you guys feel better, I think Duncan just auto auto rejects any trade I send to him because he thinks I'm trying to, obviously trying to win something over on him. So.
Right.
Well, I hope it stays that way.
Yeah. So I don't think I'll be getting rid of Kevin Love unless it's like a really good package.
Yeah, those players are hard to get rid of. Like, I have Blake Griffin. He's performing well, but I swear it would probably be very difficult for me to trade him to other people. They'd be like, oh, his knees are busted. Oh, he's sitting back-to-backs. Like, even though he's putting up good numbers, I just don't think people would take him.
Yeah, because either he's worthless or he's 6th-round value. And I mean, or 5th-round value. And people don't want to take the gamble on that if you really want to win. I mean, it's usually the lower teams who have to take the gamble on something like that.
Yeah, he's one of those guys who's not going to be there for you when you need him most. Similar to Kevin Love.
Damn, that's pretty hard.
I mean, it's true. He just always seems to get hurt or he misses games when you need him. Like, it's nice to have him when he plays, but you're not going to win a championship.
All I know is it's much better having a player that I picked in the 6th round sitting back-to-backs rather than the 1st round, which I had Westbrook last year sitting back-to-backs. It's just frustrating when your best player sits back-to-backs.
Mm-hmm. That's why I really value guys like Jokic who play every game. Harden, he plays a lot. Luka, he hits a good amount.
Yeah.
Chef Curry. Chef Curry.
Giannis plays hard. Damian Lillard is going to be one that some people are going to regret passing up.
Is it Joel got Dame?
Joel got Dame with like the 9th pick. We got Tam over here with LeBron at the 6th pick, which he's probably regretting.
Who picked Andrew Wiggins?
I have Wiggins.
That's not even a bad pick compared to Oubre, bro. Wiggins went 5th round.
Yeah, Oubre is way worse.
Bad right now.
I know.
He went 4th round, and
no doubt.
He's like. Did you see? Him and Wiggins' combined field goal shooting percentage is just insanely low. And Oubre's, I think Oubre's made it like 1 of 22 shots. That's not like a dunk. I don't know the stat. I don't know the stat. It's something.
It is something like that. That Oubre hero pick. Double pick by Duncan was bad to begin with because of Hero, but I respected the Oubre pick at the time. But now that we've seen this first week, I mean, it's probably a little early to react like this too much, but it's a really bad round for Duncan there. That double pick is really bad.
Hey, Warriors still have to just put it together completely, like top to bottom. They don't know what they're doing.
They look like a mess, man.
They are.
It's hard to watch Curry out there playing. I'm hoping Draymond fixes something.
Yeah, that's true. And he will. He brings that sort of cohesive unity to the team. And Wiggins will come back. He's put up similar stuff season to season. But Oubre, I don't know. I'm not high on him coming back too big.
Poor guy, because I really liked Oubre on the Suns. But it is what it is.
And now it's time for my favorite segment. You all already know what it is. It's Patrick Dribbles On, presented by no one.
And now, a 4-point play world premiere.
My name is Patrick Brennan, and I went to Vanderbilt University and soon transferred out after getting really good grades. After years of fantasy basketball play and multiple top 8 finishes, I've decided to help struggling fantasy teams turn into successful fantasy franchises. This is Patrick Dribbles On. Last week I received a phone call from Greg, a GM who selected LaMelo Ball with the 3rd pick because, quote, it's what actually happened, right? After discussing the rest of his roster, which included DeAndre Jordan, Aleksej Pokusevski, and Taco Fall, he asked me what avenues he had to get out of his current situation. The goal? Save Greg from himself by reducing the riskiness of his team. The strategy? Pair his only good player, DeAndre Jordan, with a perfect counterpart. We all know the power of a dynamic duo. Think Mark Antony and Cleopatra, Jordan and Pippen, Beasley and Pippen, Ben and Mike Conley. What do all these have in common? They play off each other. When one does well, the other performs well too. When one has an off night, the other one does too. In other words, their performances and outcomes are glued together like James Harden and strip clubs. In order to figure out the perfect counterpart for Greg's only good player, I stole some ideas from investment portfolio theory. In investment theory, putting together a portfolio of stocks means selecting stocks which are actually inversely related to each other in order to reduce risk. Like airlines and oil prices, as oil prices go up, airline stocks struggle. But as oil prices go down, airline stocks go up. Include both in your portfolio, and you're bound to win and reduce your risk in the process. In basketball terms, that means we need players who actually perform opposite of each other. A dynamic duo is not exactly what we want. We want a tandem who mitigates each other's losses, perhaps because of the tantrums they throw when the other succeeds. A temper tandem is what we need. So I set out on a mission to find Greg the best temper tandem for his team. I placed an ad on Craigslist and hired a guy who called himself a Harvard statistician to analyze the data. He came back with the statistics on all 2,568 pairings of players who played more than 3 games together last year. I then threw out all the who he played for players, and there it was, the top temper tandems in the league. The best your turn, no my turn duos, I'm only going to play well if you're bad, pairings in the fantasy market. It's truly the only way to reduce risk without doing anything more than pairing players on your fantasy teams. One of 2019-20's top temper tandems is Malcolm Brogdon and TJ McConnell. You can see that they have an inverse relationship, so their game-to-game fantasy point variation is actually less if you pair them together. On the flip side, Eric Gordon and Austin Rivers were a dynamic duo who performed well together and had a higher variation when paired together. I picked up the phone in a hurry to call Greg and let him know that I found the solution to all the problems on his team. All he needs to do is acquire Jarrett Allen, who is a temper tandem with DeAndre Jordan. Not only does this give insurance in case one player goes down, but their inverse relationship means Greg's team variation and risk goes down. Greg thanked me for my help and let me know that between our last call, he was able to trade DeAndre Jordan for Kevin Knox. And although he brushed over my hours of research calling it fake news, I felt that I was succeeding where Greg was failing. In the end, I learned that not all teams can be saved, but there's always a temper tandem for someone.
That was beautiful. So temper tandems. I really thought that Kuzma and Anthony Davis might be brought up just because of the previous discussion and your guys' foreshadowing.
Patrick has data if you can share your screen, Patrick.
I'm not going to share my screen because it switches my mic.
Oh, okay.
But I will tell you, Anthony Davis and Kyle Kuzma were the number 7 temper tandem from last year's statistics.
Okay. So what you're telling me is now I just need to go acquire Anthony Davis.
Correct.
If you want to mitigate risk on your team. It doesn't mean you're going to win a championship. Right. It just mitigates your risk.
Perfect. I'll see what I can whip together.
When Kuzma does well, Davis does poorly, and vice versa.
So you're always guaranteed to have a good night.
Right.
Or an average night, which is all you need.
Yeah.
Thought it was amazing. I want to use it on my own team.
I thought Chase was going to say that's all phooey and that he just trusts his own gut.
I'm interested to see Drew Holiday's performance relative to Middleton and Giannis.
Well, interestingly enough, Khris Middleton and Eric Bledsoe last year were the number 4 dynamic duo, meaning that their stats went up together and down together. And if Drew Holiday fits into that role that Eric Bledsoe did, you would probably see Khris Middleton and Drew Holiday being a highly variable pairing, meaning if you put them together, it'd be huge variation night to night. But, sometimes you want that.
Something that could be useful.
Are you going to put that on the Hall of Records so it's public knowledge, or are you going to keep that to yourself, man?
The whole thing will be published. All the results.
We should create like a separate thing from the Hall of Records. It's like a tool kit almost that people can utilize. I mean, I like the Lucas of the world. Shout out Luca. The Lucas of the world aren't going to take a look at that, or if they do, they're not going to understand it. So
heck, I might not even understand it.
I'm just playing Luca.
Wait, I'm looking at the Hall of Records. I was LM of the year last year, or sorry, the year before.
You were. It was a joke because there were 2 LMs. There was a dribbler award given to the LM of the year. I need to finish all the other teams, but that's under construction. We'll get there.
That's under construction. We'll get there.
Yeah. Let's go to waivers. Are you all watching anyone on the waiver, or have you all selected any waiver pickups that you think are the guy?
Keldon Johnson. It really caught my
I
eye
would
when
agree.
it said that even coming off an injury, Popovich felt the need to put him in the starting lineup. That is something that definitely attracted my attention right away, and it's worked out so far. I don't think it's sustainable at 34 fantasy points a game, but even if I can get 25 plus out of a waiver pickup, I'll take that.
I've been impressed with Lou Dort. I just picked him up. He's only played 1 game with me for Oklahoma City, but he's been playing pretty solid, and he was doing really well in the playoffs last year, so I think he might be poised for a nice little season, given that OKC's team sucks.
Yeah, I like that pickup a lot. I was looking for him last night. I was like, who has this guy?
Yeah, he had 26 in his
Yeah.
last game.
Yeah, I was watching that for Shea and for George Hill, and
Who did they play last night? OKC.
the Jazz, and they hung tight. Shea had a pretty good
Interesting.
look to win the game, and he missed it. He had a game winner the one before, so if he had 2 in a row, he'd be the talk of the town.
Interesting. Not a bad team. Performed decently well.
Yeah.
My pickup was I only really made 1 pickup because I don't really need a waiver to beat Matt. His team's so trash. But I picked up Kyle Anderson, and I would say just in time, performing well before Morant went down. And I mean, sky's the limit with Morant out, so I think it'll be a good pickup. I'll probably hold on to him for a while. Oh, I also got Kevin Porter Jr. in my injury slot. Now, usually you have to have a physical injury to be IR eligible, but Kevin Porter doesn't. I do not know
What does he
why.
have?
Maybe it's the firearms charges or the marijuana charges, but he's IR eligible, and pick him up anyway. So I
So
picked him up. If he comes back from his personal issues, I think he has a decent potential. Plus, no loss in just putting somebody in the IL slot. You get a chance.
It's a mental injury for him.
I'm not sure.
Brain injury.
Head trauma.
It's personal.
I mean, Roto World says we really have no idea what's going on with KPJ or why he's been away from the team for so long.
Hey, what do you all think about Steph Curry shooting 25% for 3 on the year?
I think it's only going to go down, honestly.
No.
I think that his confidence is going to be shaken. I mean, look, he's not used to being on a bad team. He's not used to not having his man Clay around, KD around. I mean, honestly, it's the end of a dynasty. It's a dying dinosaur at this point.
I mean, I'm not really worried. He's putting up stats, and when Draymond's back, he'll be a bit more comfortable and probably put up more stats. So
is Draymond a dynamic duo with Steph Curry, Patrick?
Yeah, that'd be interesting to look at.
That's a good question. Did they play together a lot last year?
No, they were both injured.
No,
Not
they're both
year.
injured for the majority of the season.
Yeah,
Curry was also injured for a good
here.
part of the season before too. I don't maybe like a month or 2.
Steph's time is done.
Dude, he's 32 and a shooter. He's going to be around a bit longer. I think the Warriors' time might be done. I don't think Steph's
A 25% shooter.
Yeah, he's a shooter, all right.
I was watching some of the game, and he was just draining like the hardest threes, and then absolutely just bricking other ones. I don't know. It's hard to judge right now.
He's a shooter, but he's not a maker.
So we have
What's your name?
Nathan of the Turds here joining us.
The Turds. Yeah,
Welcome,
that sounds
Turds.
strange.
Nathan,
Yo, what's up?
Welcome to the
the
pod.
4-point shot.
How you guys doing?
Chilling.
Hey, rebrand coming soon.
Turd up.
Yeah, I think Joel already kind of latched on to your brands as well.
More in spirit than a name, more of a lifestyle.
Nathan, we had the Garbage Man on last week talking about your team. I was wondering if you had a response to the Garbage Man.
Didn't I win last week?
Van Fleet, 27-year-old. He looks like he's freaking 40. Probably will break an ankle.
It's Walmart Drake scored 9 points in 30 minutes. And then we have Joe Harris. He had 10 fantasy points and then followed by 13. What a stellar performance. Good pick. Jordan Clarkson? He probably drafted him late. Good pick. Okay, so Sabonis is actually no hate. And then
You're not supposed to be sucking his dick.
Dude, talk about TJ Warren, bro. That's his worst pick.
Oh yeah, by far. He picked TJ Warren because TJ Warren carried me on his unicorn to the winner of the losers bracket, so I got the first pick, and now he's just back to being average.
Well, what's your opinion on Dejounte, bro?
My opinion is Jonny keeps trying to trade him away.
Oh, he doesn't even believe in it.
Oh.
Breaking
So
news.
he doesn't believe.
Breaking
He
news.
doesn't believe.
Him and Kevin Durant, like,
Oh,
he is trying to shed KD.
he is scared.
Get him off my team.
He's all talk and chat, but behind the scenes, he doesn't believe in those two.
Yeah, he's hyping him up so he can sell him
So he
high.
can
So
sell
yeah,
him.
he's trying to
Yeah.
He's trying
Hype
to
him
spread
down
whipped
now.
cream on that pile of shit.
God.
Dude, Khris Middleton, first round pick.
Yeah.
I know. Fuck you. I hated what he did to me last week.
I said when he went 5th round that it was ridiculous that he went 5th
You
round.
literally drafted Capella before Middleton. You drafted
drafted
Aaron
him
Fox
horrible.
second and got Khris Middleton 5th.
Middleton's having he's just doing really well. And
He'll
Levert,
cool off
too.
a bit. Dude, Middleton going 5th round was always dumb. Like, I can't believe he went that late. I should have taken him over Hassan. Oh, Hassan.
Middleton's so hot. The way he's playing, it's beautiful. I don't know. He just pulls up perfectly for every shot and just does everything right on the offensive end.
Yeah,
The
no
question
doubt
is
he's
Boucher.
the best one on that team. So Jonny was trashing your Cam Reddish, Aaron Baines, just that whole bottom half of your draft. How do you feel about that?
Okay, Aaron Baines, still heating up. Might drop him. I thought he had potential.
Bro, it's Boucher's season. It's Boucher's season.
Cam Reddish. Talking about Cam Reddish. Well, he's averaging I thought he was averaging 30. No, he's averaging 24, but he's had 30 points in the last 2 out of 3 games.
It's funny because Jonny was actually telling me that he was looking at Cam Reddish before the draft. So
Yeah, he's just jealous. That's why he's trashing me.
yeah, that's probably true.
What do you think about Johnny's pick with, let's say, Marc Gasol?
He still plays.
Exactly.
Not knowing anything about him, not a good pick. I haven't looked at his stats, but I feel like he is. How old is he? He's got to be like 35, right?
Well, he's getting up to almost 18 minutes a game now, so that's a good look.
Those are pity minutes,
He starts for that team.
and he's only getting 18 minutes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh,
They did have that 50-point blowout, though. I bet he didn't play
Yeah.
a second of that.
that's not a good indicator of the rest of the season.
And Nathan, I do want to congratulate you on your Cole Anthony pick because the last couple of days I've been like, who has Cole Anthony? I want Cole Anthony. And then I look and it's you. And I know you're totally against trading. I sent you a little deal earlier that you were not interested in.
At least not in the first two games of the season.
It's the perfect
Well,
time
that's
to
how I'm
strike.
feeling, man. Matt's always trying to trade, and nobody's even played.
Matt's trying to rat move into my team and take all my players because they have an off game.
That is exactly Matt's strategy.
That is the strat. So
He literally was
buy
talking to
low.
me today, and he was like, I still had to rob someone for a first week trade because that's what I do every season.
He was trying to rat me out of De'Aaron Fox because he had a not so good game.
He's had some off games.
Game one off game.
He's had one off game, 13 fantasy points, but he dropped over 40 the other two.
Yeah, the other two he was over 40. I was trying to look. I thought he got injured. I didn't know what happened, but
It was foul trouble, but it's not too late to get off of him. You know, I'm willing to offer you something that I think you'll really like in order to
I made
get
you
away
my
from
offer, and you said hell no.
it. It was probably bad then.
Thanks for coming on, Nathan. Those roasts were, I think you could have done better.
They were mild.
You're mild.
I didn't know I was supposed to
Lukewarm.
roast Johnny.
You're a nice
Yeah,
guy. You're a nice guy.
I should have let him know, or I should have let him know he was coming on to.
We can have
to
a
shit on Johnny.
we can bring you on for redemption later on.
We didn't talk anything about Survivor and Patrick.
Yeah, I really wanted to hear
Oh,
Cliff
wait,
yeah.
we do a
and
special
Patrick go
segment?
on.
Wait,
it.
Yeah,
Turn the
we can talk
turn the
about how I was
recorder off.
bullied into my vote.
Turn the recorder
All
off.
right. I'm turning it off so you all can really hash it out here because I know there's hurt feelings on both sides here. Let's go.
That's it for the 4-point shot this week. Thanks for listening, and please consider subscribing for more content. Good luck in your league. May the injury gods be ever in your favor.
It's a sad world when
Hey.
Luka, Duncan all have wins, and then me, Adam, and Patrick don't have wins.
I don't have a win either.
Yeah, but that's I mean,
I'm the only one on this podcast with a win.
yep.
It's okay. I'm catching an easy dub this week.
Yeah, poor
What's
Patrick.
Clifford's all-time record? Like 25%?
I want to look this up.
It's actually.
Don't tell me it's less.